All right, welcome players. Welcome. Thank you for joining me today on another live stream, another Mob Wars LCN live stream, another Pirate Clan, another Viking Clan, another Zombie Slayer live stream. This is awesome. Welcome. I'm seeing so many people here today. Shane has told me that his puppy's name is Henry. That's an excellent name. That is my name. My name is Henry Ski, Player Success Lead at Kano, and I'm thrilled to have all of you join me here today. Now, last time I said Chester, my cat, would make an appearance. And of course, right on cue, I think he's hiding under the bed now. Chester, you were supposed to make an appearance today. That now, why would I be mentioning my cat's name? Might have something to do with the trivia later on. But anyway, of course, things don't always go according to plan. I swear, he was sitting on the bed for the last half hour, didn't move, and the second the live stream started, he said, "I'm gonna go hide under the bed," which is fantastic. That's just kind of, hey, that's live entertainment. Welcome, welcome. If you've never joined the live stream, the purpose of it is to talk to the players, i.e. you, tell you what's going on, tell you what we've got coming up, and then we're going to do some trivia, so you have a chance to win some FP, some great prizes, and then later on we can do a question and answer, Q&A period. If you have anything on your mind or some feedback, let me know. I will not be able to answer all questions, but I will definitely do my best. If you're coming in from a random part of the world, I guess everywhere part is random, let me know in the chat where you're coming from. Moen is going to be helping out with some of the comments and questions, and Alex, of course, is behind the scenes. So extra thanks to them. Without them, I would not be able to do this, and I mean that literally, everybody. I am a in front of the camera kind of person, not a behind the camera kind of person. Trivia. What are the trivia rules? We're going to have 5 questions. Each winner is going to get 50 FP. Players can only win once, and we're going to pick who we see first. Sometimes on your feed, it will look like you're first, but we have to pick them. That's just how it goes. If you see someone answer the question first, just answer the question. You never know if that person could have won already, and we will be reaching out to you for your account ID. We'll make sure to distribute your prize as soon as we can. I'm seeing tons of players in already. This is fantastic. Welcome. Someone is saying they're from Alberta. We've got players from Romania and Slovenia. It is awesome. That's great. Jim says 5 questions. Jim, it's true. Jim, you can only win. You can only win once. So there we go. That is the rules of trivia. And I also wanted to mention we're trying out a couple of things today. We've got closed captioning because sometimes I talk a little quickly and some players may not have audio, and we want them to be included. Also, we are streaming on the news feed in the games. Players may not want to go on Facebook, or they may not be sure where to go. So if you're watching via the news feed, welcome. Really exciting. The more eyes we have on this, the better it will be, and the more we can grow it. So if you're doing that, welcome. Let's get to it. Henry is rambling on a little bit. What are the key topics? Alex, show what the key topics are. We've got tons of stuff to talk about today. We've got the Lcn Battle Pass Season 5 news. We've got Battle Pass for Viking Clan and Pirate Clan Season 2 news. We've got some raid boss stuff. We've got some sales stuff. We've got guild quests coming up soon. And then we'll move on to feedback, trivia, Q&A, all that good stuff too. All right, everybody, let's get going. What's coming up soon? June 23rd, so in 1 week, we already have another season of Battle Pass, if you can believe it. Battle Pass has been a huge success thanks to you, the players. We designed it because we wanted players to be incentivized to touch all points of the game. We've added, all kinds of challenges, and we wanted to give players really good rewards. It's worked out really nicely. So we have LCN Battle Pass coming, Season 5 coming June 23rd, and Season 2 for Pirate Clan and Viking Clan. The really cool news for Viking Clan and Pirate Clan is that you are going to get the vanity items. You're going to get the customization options that LCN has had. So you're going to be able to deck out your profile picture with borders and overlays and really sort of customize your appearance. So keep an eye out for that. And also a reminder to make sure you collect your Battle Pass rewards soon. So you have, less than a week before the new season comes out. Once the Battle Pass rewards are gone, they're gone. So make sure you collect them. A reminder that the Battle Pass chat color is only for that specific Battle Pass season. You'll see a new chat color. There we go. Color coming up on the next season. Very cool. If you have feedback or comments or questions about the Battle Pass, please let us know. A large part of how we do things, and for those who are familiar with the live stream and talking with me or Sean or Moen or Ben, is we rely heavily on your feedback. We look at results, we look at tickets, we look at feedback in the live stream and say, well, the players seem to really like this, or maybe they don't like this, and that's how we try and swing things. That's how we try and work it around. So do not be shy. and letting us know. All right, we've got some raid bosses coming up, which I'm really excited about, and they're new. They're new raid bosses, no repeats, no substitutions. We've got Pyroclan can expect their raid boss tomorrow. That's a new one, and then Zombie Slayer can expect their new raid boss next week. I will say I've seen the artwork for both, and they are awesome. Especially the Zombie Slayer one. The Zombie Slayer one is really creepy and great, and yeah, our artists have outdone themselves as usual. It's really cool. Colin is asking about the Battle Pass experience. So the 5% increase is automated. You will see, basically a job or an adventure, and then once you activate that, the job adventure XP will just automatically go up. Submit a ticket if you're having issues with that, and we can look into that for you. We've got some raid bosses coming, which is great. Everyone likes raid bosses. We've also got the Pirate Clan Father's Day sale coming up. We just had, it's funny, both Kyla, my fiance, and our fathers' birthdays are both around Father's Day, so it works out pretty nicely. Now, am I this way? Is this fella here? This does not look anything like our dad. This guy is very suave though. Look at that pencil thin mustache. Got kind of a, no, it's the other way. He's got like some John Waters thing going on here. Very dapper, very debonair. But we've got a Father's Day sale coming up for Pirate Clan, which is great. The more FP you buy, the more items you get. So if you purchase 105 FP, you'll get one of the bonus items shown. 275 gets you two, and 560 gets you the full set. Very, very exciting. That's, of course, the best value. The items in question are the Father Fashion, the Father Worship, and the Captain Dad. Very, very exciting there. Those items don't look like what I just posted, so we may have got the items mixed up. For trivia purposes, we want Father Fashion, Father Worship, and Captain Dad. Oops, I may have spoiled the trivia. Regardless, we've got some items, great items on sale coming up, and I hope you all take advantage of the sale. If you don't want that, that's cool. We've got various deals on FP, and the sale is going to be running from June 17th at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and it runs to June 19th at 9 a.m. PDT. So you've got 2 full days to grab some great deals. Sales are always great, especially in the summer. Then yeah, socks with sandals, Terry. I think that's what the Father Fashion is. I think I have worn socks with sandals. It's pretty embarrassing, but those sandals do look comfy. We do like those. Yeah, Birks and stocks. I know, Shane. This wasn't my idea, but that's why I think it's called Father Fashion. Very cool. Okay, so that is the Pirate Clan Father's Day sale. What else do we have going on? We've got some other things going on. Zombie Slayer is getting their Faction Wars Friday, June 18th at 10 a.m. Don't forget to sign up. Sometimes, if you haven't played the recent wars, the system will not auto-enroll you, even if your leader does. So double check. If you want in, you got to make sure you sign up. Make sure you're signed up. Still got a couple days before they start. Same with Viking Clan. Viking Clan has got their Guild Wars coming up Friday, June 18th at 4 p.m. Again, don't forget to sign up. You do not want to be on the outside in. The wars don't happen all the time. So if you miss out one, you're going to have to wait a while before the next one, and we don't want that. We got some new items of limited quantity coming up Friday, June 18th. And the Lcn Syndicate Quests are starting June 17th. That's tomorrow at 9 a.m. PDT. One of the things I wanted to mention about the Syndicate quests is we are trying very hard to ensure repeat quests are not happening. I know a lot of players don't like when they get like an easy, let's say a jobs quest, and then they get their next quest and it's another jobs quest. They're like, we already did lots of jobs. I get it. That is annoying. Our developers are working hard to make sure that doesn't happen. Our system sometimes isn't smart enough to determine that, well, they already did a job, so don't do a jobs. So we are working on that. I don't think a fix is 100% in, but you should see less repeating quests. Please let us know if you do. I won't be able to change it, but it is good to know that it is working or not working. But I know that that's definitely some feedback that we've got that. Cool. Well, actually, maybe we didn't have as big a stuff, which is on purpose. This one was kind of be a more laid back live stream. We're testing out a few things. Again, we've got closed captioning. We've got it in the news feed, which is great, so players don't have to go on Facebook and things like that. Michael says, would it be possible to announce times in GMT? Michael, we're in PDT, which is generally why I mentioned that. I would just use Google, just because if we start announcing like it's 9 a.m. this, 10 a.m. this, 11 a.m. this, 12 p.m. this, players generally get confused. So traditionally, we've mentioned what the times are in PDT. However, we know that, from chat, we have players all over the world. So we may have to adjust when the timing is, just because we don't want anybody confused. I don't know if we're able to in-game customize the time zone based on where you are, but that would be pretty cool. We just want to remove confusion. We don't want players saying, "Hey, you said it was at 11 and it was at 9." It's like, "Oh, we got the time zone wrong." Those darn time zones, guys. The planet is weird and big, and sometimes it causes a road bump here and there. But thank you. That is really good feedback. David says, I still want the quest to go back 6. Well, before we do that, guys, we've announced, and girls, folks, we have announced pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. We've got LCN Battle Pass coming next week. We've got Season 2 for Pirate Clan and Viking Clan, and they're going to get some vanity items, customization options. Fantastic. They're going to be able to customize their border and profile and things like that. That's great. We've seen a lot of participation in that in LCN, so we're happy to bring that to Pirate Clan and Viking Clan. Pirate Clan gets a new raid boss and a sale tomorrow. Zombie Slayer gets a new raid boss, which looks amazing the following week. And a couple of other goodies on the way, like Guild Wars, Faction Wars, new items, and Syndicate Quests. Whew. See, at this point, guys, if I had a co-host, I would just say, over to you, co-host. So in the meantime, just let me take a swig of water and just get hydrated here. I was definitely dehydrated. It's getting a little warm, which is great. We want some warm weather. June is usually January in Victoria. I keep insisting on wearing shorts in the evening, and if we're outside, I still get cold because apparently I'm an old man. But I also burn up in the condo because it is warm and don't have the window open. I should have the window open. Chester is the co-host. Trish, you're right. Chester should be the co-host. Every time I start the live stream, he never shows up. Chester, are you under the bed? Come on, kitty. I think players are going to think I'm crazy that I say I have a cat and he never shows up. All right, so everyone, let's get to it. Let's get to trivia. In total, we're giving out 450 FP today. We're going to do the 5 main questions, and each one is going to be worth 50 FP. Afterwards, we're going to bonus a player 200 FP if you like, comment, and share. That'll be a random draw. How do we decide that? Well, it's not entirely random. We might pick you if you have a witty comment, or maybe you're a consistent live stream attender, maybe you're new. Basically, we kind of do what we feel like. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see. Maybe you might win 200 FP. Again, you can only win once. Sean says, I can't believe I've been replaced by a cat. Sean, you haven't, because Chester is not around. I don't know where he is. The sewing machine makes sense. Yeah, the sewing machine is certainly a highlight of the live stream. Trish says, fantastic to see you swinging by. Absolutely. Sean is legendary in that. I believe he started the live streams. Without him, there would be no live streams. It would be a dead stream. Okay, everybody. Well, it's true, Jim. Yeah, Bobby hates. Really, Bobby doesn't like anybody. But Moen is very nice. He likes everybody. Let's get going with the trivia questions. Alex, I hope you are ready for the trivia slides. Here we go. Question 1. Bring it up. What season? Here we go, everybody. Are you ready? What season for LCN Battle Pass is coming up? It's not the first season. It's not the 1 millionth season. Oh, we already have answers coming in. Oh, Jim, you are on fire. So the answer is 5. This is the 5th season of the LCN Battle Pass. I like how many right answers there are. Usually someone's like, we'll have a question like this, and they'll be like, I think the answer is watermelon. And it's like, well, that's a food, not a number. But that's a creative answer. But we just got nonstop right answers there, which means you folks are paying attention, or you're just showing how smart you are. Either way, the answer is 5. Moen, please select a winner there. Just make sure. And let's get going. Question 2. What new feature will be coming to Viking Clan and Pirate Clan's Battle Pass this season? What new feature is coming to the Battle Pass for Viking Clan and Pirate Clan? There might be a couple of answers. We'll be pretty open-ended on this one. David said Chester. No, I can't give away Chester. Otherwise, my fiance would give me away. That's not going to happen. Sean says watermelon. That's right, watermelon. No, it's not watermelon. But I think we are seeing some right answers here. Yep. So we're going to be pretty open-ended on this. But the answer for that is going to be customization or vanity items or aesthetics, borders, overlays. Any combination of that would be the right answer. But kind of what we're looking for is the profile customization and vanity. And I think we did get that. Some of you are saying father's fashion. Now I think you're ahead of me, because that's not quite what I was asking, but I might ask that later on. I still can't believe Chester disappeared the moment the live stream started. Maybe I scared him. I was so excited to talk to players and start the live stream that he hurried away. And of course, he's going to show up when the live stream is over. When the live stream is over and he shows up, I'm going to restart the live stream. But like, look, I have a cat. Number three, Alex, prepare yourself because we're moving on to question 3. Everybody, I want you to name 2 members of the player success team. Name 2, and I will include adjacent members. Name 2. That's it. You can name all. You can name 3. You can name. Yeah, we definitely need that. Here we go. And we need correct spelling, by the way. Okay, I'm seeing some answers that are close, maybe some that have already won already. There we go. Okay, I think we've got some right answers. Chester is not a member of the player success team, but he should be. I am liking how everyone is really keen on Chester being part of the team. April, I'm sorry about that. Sometimes everything goes so quickly that the timing is off. I'm sorry about that. There we go. I think we've got the answer. We're looking for some combination of Moen, Ben, Henry, and then we will accept Alex and Sean, even though they're sort of in their own department or their own section. We will accept that as a correct answer. So some combination of Moen, Ben, Henry, that's me, Alex, and Sean. Some combination of that. Jim, I know I am getting a haircut actually tomorrow. I have it scheduled for tomorrow. I did get we got our engagement photos done, and Kyla likes my hair a little longer. So that's it. I might shave the beard. I'm not sure yet. It is getting warm. I'm not sure if we're going to get that. James said Mr. Bean and Father Ted, which are 2 fantastic shows, but no, they are not part of the player success team. If they were, I would probably never get any work done. But thank you, Jim. Okay, here we go. Question 4. Alex, roll it up. Here we go. Guys, so I want you to name a single item for the upcoming Father. Let's try that again. A single item for the upcoming Pirate Clan Father's Day sale. Name 1. I named 3. And one of them started with f, and one of them started with, and the other started with a k. What do we got? What do we got here? There we go. I am seeing some right answers already. You guys are quick. Maybe I'm getting too predictable with the trivia. Maybe next time I will have to be a little more difficult here. But there we go. I think we've got some of the right answers here. So we will answer. I like how all of you are like socks with sand. I can't get away from the socks and sandals. That's not the name of the item, but I understand what you mean. But the answer is we're looking for any combination of Father's Fashion, Father Worship, and Captain Dad. One of those 3. Yeah, we might have had the wrong items up. I apologize for that. That's on me. But I did name them, and it looks like we got some right answer there. That one might have been a bit of a hiccup. So we'll look and see what the answers are there, and we might be a little accommodating and might bonus out a couple of players on that one. But there you go. Number 5. You should all get this because we've announced it quite often. What's my cat's name? Question 5. What is my cat's name? I know you guys. I know you folks are going to get this. I know you're going to get this. This one will be as easy as question 1. There we go. I am seeing some right answers. Oh, everyone got it right. That's great. Yes, the answer is no, it's not Spot. That's a cute cat name. No, the answer is Chester. Sean, it is not Rufus. I like Chester. Where is he? I swear, I'm going to bring him out here. Chester, do you want to come say hi? No, you don't want to come say hi. Okay. Maybe, did I already let him out? Chester, are you out there? No, he's not out there. I have no idea where he is. He's in the closet. I found him. Chester, do you want to come say hi? Do you want to come say hi to all the players? He's looking a little annoyed that I've woken him up. Can I grab you? Can I grab? No. Okay, that's not happening. Okay, so he's currently in the closet, and for some reason he doesn't want to come out. But I know, I see him where he is, wrangling a cat. Yeah, it's not going to work. He looked very annoyed. Okay, players, that is the end of the trivia section. Moen is the worst. Moen's not the worst. I am. Yeah, it's not going to happen. He's sort of wagging his tail a bit. Chester, do you want to come say hi to the players? No. Okay, I promise you he's real. But yeah, he's having a very comfy rest on our clothing in the closet there. Now he's giving himself a bath. Chester, do you want to come say hi? No. Okay. So everyone, that is it. That is the end of trivia and what's coming up. So let's take some time. We've got a lot of players in here, and we've got a little bit of time. Let's do some question and answer. If you have a question, Trish says, just like World Chat, herding cats. It do be like that sometimes. Yes, it can be like that. If you have any questions or comments or feedback about any of the games, let me know. Now is the time to mention it in the comments. I know I saw some questions earlier on that I wasn't able to get to, let's talk about it. Yeah, we've got maybe 10, 15 minutes, and I'm happy to answer any questions I can. I may not be able to answer everything. Some formulas we keep, we keep from players partially. We don't want to reveal everything behind the curtain, but I will do my best. Susan says Chester is a cutie. You are correct, Susan. That is correct. Uh, is it Chiaran or Charin? I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Will you bring back the energy boosts to Battle Royale? Possible. We are working on bringing back some stuff we had in Battle Royale. That's going to come out relatively soon, so keep an eye on that. I can't reveal everything up my sleeve. I don't really have a sleeve. I'm wearing a T-shirt, but something is coming in that regard. So thank you. Good question. Jim says new location for Zombie Slayer. You may have heard that one a few times. It's true. I'm sorry about that, Jim. I hope we can get a new location to Zombie Slayer soon. I know Zombie Slayers are really wanting one. I will pass that on for sure. Thank you. Betsy says, I love Mob Wars. Thank you, Betsy. That's so great. We love all our players' support, and thank you for coming to the live stream and chatting. Kevin, I already mentioned a new location in Zombie Slayer. Sorry, not immediately, but hopefully soon. Kirko asks, when is Battle Pass coming to Zombie Slayers, and when are you going to add more squad to Zombie Slayers? Please look at moving it from 25 members to 50 or 100. I can't confirm if Battle Pass is coming to Zombie Slayer, but we do hear a lot of feedback in that regard. So I really hope it will come one day, and we will mention it. I promise you, we will mention it when that's happening. But your feedback is heard, and if I hear anything, I will pass that along. Sean says, question, how great is it that the live stream videos are now embedded in the news feed? Sean, I think it's great. I don't know. I'm not on there myself. If you are watching this on the news feed, please submit a ticket. I'd love to hear. Craven says, how popular has the Blacklist been? Very popular. We do receive a lot of feedback that it's not working as well, or they'd want to expand it. But overall, we haven't, from what I've known, we haven't seen a ton of detrimental impact. But we have seen a lot of popular comments about it. Again, I think the compromise was smart in that we didn't want high-level players and fighting players to completely lose their targets, but we think one player for a week and then a week after cooldown was a good compromise. That being said, we're not stopping. We're going to keep looking at it. We're going to keep looking at the data and the sentiment and make any tweaks we need to. That being said, overall, I would say it's been very popular. That's a good question. Richard asks, why do we get new boss drops that stats are lower than previous boss drops? We just got them, but the stats are lower than what we're using. That's true, Richard. That'll happen occasionally. Usually it's a balance issue. Sometimes in previous locations, the drops will be slightly more powerful. So it won't be kind of a straight line. It'll be a bit of a roller coaster sometimes. It's not done to make you upset. It's done for balance. The games are going to go on for a long time. They've already been going on for 12 plus years, and we have to make sure that we're going to keep going. And if we just kind of keep spiking them up like crazy, eventually I think some will call it power creep. It's just going to get out of control. Our production team and live ops team and content team does an amazing job to make sure that all the math works out and the balance works out. That being said, we want players to have useful items and think they're making progress, and they are. So it's a really difficult balance to hit. So once in a while you will see that. The next location you should see more powerful items. Okay, let me see. We got lots of questions going on. Sharon says Battle Royale used to be fun to play, but all the good items got removed, so now there isn't any point in playing it anymore. Thank you for your feedback, Sharon. I'm sorry to hear about that. We will be looking at Battle Royale and see what we can do. Again, that comes back to balance. Battle Royale is running 24/7. It's one of those things where if we make it too good, then it gets out of control. If we don't make it good enough, players won't do it. So we have to find kind of a sweet spot in there. But I think that's a good comment. Thank you. I appreciate that. Susan asks or says anything about being able to add more than one player to Blacklist. It's brilliant. Thanks, Susan. We're looking at this. It's not something we will do without a lot of thought and consideration. The Blacklist was a really big deal. Players were asking for it for years. And again, we're a fighting game, relies heavily on player versus player conflict. So a Blacklist, we have to really sort of cut 14 times, measure 14 times and cut once and just be very careful about it. But we have heard that players maybe want more than one player on a Blacklist. We're taking that under consideration. I can't verify that we're going to say yes or no to that. It's just something that we're leaning to. Trish, I'm sorry. I know. I hope a new location of Zombie Slayer comes soon. I know a lot of our fellow Kano employees are watching this. They have heard you. I thank you. Lori says, why does game refresh when in Battle Royale? I have one tab of Kano's site open and the screen just goes poof and refreshes sometimes. Darn, that's annoying, Lori. I'm sorry about that. I think you'll want to send in a ticket about that. It may be your browser. It may be if you're playing. I should mention this. If you're playing on your mobile phone, and you're playing in a browser, our game won't work. It might work a little bit, but it's not going to work. If you're on your phone or your tablet, you want to use the app. If you're on a desktop or laptop, you want to use a browser. That being said, sometimes it does happen. If that ever happens, send us in a ticket. We'll bonus you back whatever stamina you used. We don't want players to feel cheated in that way at all. It may be a glitch on our end. It may be an extension you're using might cause something to hiccup in there. But we want to make that right. So thank you for letting me know, Lori. I am sorry about that. Let's see what we can do. Sherry says, is it Cherry or Sherry? I think it's Sherry. Sherry says, we want more. Thank you. That is good to know. Susan says the hit list has improved massively. That is great to hear. Our numbers are indicating that more players are getting at least one hit. We know that not every player is going to be like a top dog, like a top hunter on the hit list or the bounty list. What we do want is players to get at least one hit or bounty. The real problem, the fundamental problem is that it's a crazy high demand and an extremely low supply. And when you have hundreds or thousands of players trying to get a hit that might show up for a fraction of a second and there's only one of them, you're going to have a lot of upset players, no doubt. It's not a perfect system. We need to improve it. Improvements are coming. I can't say any more than that, but I am excited about it. Mike says, can you bring the lockbox back? So, Mike, the lockbox is a promotion shown to players that have never spent before. So once you've purchased it, you won't see it again. Or if you make a purchase, you won't see the lockbox. That being said, there might be something in there. There might be a bug. Let me know. Send a ticket and we can have a look. Trish says, if we remove the blacklist, is the week from that point or the original end date? Trish, that's a really good question. I think it's from the original end date. I will double check on that, but I'm pretty sure it's the original end date. I think the system does tell you when the blacklist cooldown happens. I should know this. I thought I did. I was sort of talking out loud about it. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, if anyone on Kano that knows, hit me up on the live stream Slack, and I will get the right answer in there. Trish, I'll double check and see what I can do. But I think it's from the original end date. Michael says I haven't used it, but I like that the blacklist is there. Awesome, thanks, guys. I always say guys. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. Players, I'm sorry. I'm behind on the comments. There's so many, so I'm trying to get through them all. Let's see. If we add a blacklisted player to squad mob, will it negate the blacklist? That's a really good question, Trish. I don't think it will negate the blacklist, but again, I will have to double check and let you know. John says, bring back Mafia Wars. Sorry, John, I can't do that. I wasn't part of the Mafia Wars team, and Mafia Wars isn't standing anymore, and we are. So if there were parts of Mafia Wars that you'd like to see implemented into the game, let me know in a ticket, in a comment, and we'll see what we can do. Tommy says you should raise the prizes for Syndicate Wars. It costs 48 WPs, war points, for refills, and if you win, you only get 50, only a net gain of 2. That's a good point, Tommy. Syndicate Wars, or the wars in general, definitely need some attention. We're a small team, and we have to focus our energies on, one or two big things at a time. Especially because half the team is working on something else, not X Wars. They're working on the idle game, so we're not actually a big team. What's cool about that is we can get stuff done quickly, but on the other hand, sometimes it takes longer for bigger projects. So Syndicate Wars definitely needs some love. I will pass that along to the team. See what we can do. Sean says it's the week from when it ends or is removed. Oh, okay. Thanks, Sean. I appreciate that. Sohaib says Blacklist keeps getting used to target specific players to block hit list on bounty during blitzes and blitz week. Sohaib, that's true. That's one of the sort of the maybe unintended consequences of the blacklist and hit list. That's part of it. I mean, we can't really do much to stop players from using a feature if it's allowed in the game. Players are allowed to target other players in this manner. If we think that it is, detrimental to the game's growth, we may have to make a change on that. But I do appreciate your feedback. Thank you. Richard says we look forward to new things coming out. Only be disappointed with the stats, Henry. No, Richard, I'm sorry about that. I do appreciate that. Thank you for letting me know. I don't want you to be disappointed. I want you to be happy. Susan says, thank you, Henry. You are welcome. Oh, and thanks, Moen, for replying to a lot of the comments. That's awesome. Thank you. Hopefully, I don't repeat ourselves, but we'll keep going. Thank you. Gary says in Pirates, the Blacklist is in a bad spot. I don't want to accidentally hit it. Gary, I think we did originally have this issue and we moved it. I would take a screenshot of what you're seeing and send that in just to make sure that it's in the right spot. Sometimes players will use different browsers and or resolutions, and sometimes that might cause the buttons to be in different spots sometimes, not all the time, but that may have to be something we dig into further. And we definitely don't want you to accidentally hit it. That being said, the blacklist does have a confirmation. So if you hit it once, you shouldn't accidentally blacklist somebody. If you do, please submit a ticket and we'll get the developers to undo that. Or actually, no, I can do that. They built us a tool. It's cool. So Gary, if that happens, let us know. Myself, Moen, or Ben can take care of that for you. Richard says, take a breath. I'm gonna have to. It's awesome. I can't believe how many players are joining us on the live stream. It's great. We've got so many questions. This is what I love. This is my favorite part of my job, is hanging out with players and chatting. So keep it up. Keep asking questions. Okay, let's see. Tina says sometimes the game refreshes because of a new feature being added. Yep, that's true. We try and do this at non-busy times, usually early in the morning or kind of late in the afternoon, depending on what else is going on. Devs are great though. Usually, if we say, we sound the alarm and say, "Ooh, something isn't working right," we have a great dev team, and they'll fix that as soon as possible. Michael says this is a really good comment. I was wondering if you could make it easier to add members of new ally syndicates to your mob, perhaps like a blanket invite option. Michael, this is something we're working on. We want to make it easier for players to find and add other players. Right now, it's a bit cumbersome. Like if you have, if you don't have their link on hand, it could be really difficult to sort of manually search for somebody. I think that's a really good idea. We will add that to the list and keep trying to do that. Sean, thank you for responding to the players. I need all the help I can get. Thank you. Craven says I had much better luck today during the Blitz. That's great. Thank you, Craven. Would be nice if you contributed to lists going up, your throttle went down. Okay, Trish. Thank you. Sharon says, hey, I have another question. How come by the way, let me know if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I'm so sorry if I am. How come new players can get Battle Pass for free when they sign up via the newsletter, but us longtime players can't receive that promo? Okay, we will send out gifts, items, battle passes, etc. to various subgroups. For this one, this was basically what we call lapsed players, or basically players that haven't played in a long time. This was to entice them to come back. Sometimes there can be confusion if you have a server 1 account and a server 2 account. If you don't play your server 2 account, you might get an email saying, hey, come back and play the game. We'll give you a battle pass free for a month. And players will be like, aha, server 1, I get a free battle pass. And that's not what that is. So let me know if that's the case. We're basically trying to get as many players into the game at all times. The game is always better with more players. So sometimes we will send that out. It may be new players, it may be players that haven't played in a while, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll just send out various promotions to various subgroups at all times. And that's just kind of in our effort to grow the game better. Thank you, Jim. Antonio says, hey, no, why Kano not remove all chat bans? If you were banned from chat, players, you probably deserved it. We try and be pretty liberal in terms of what is allowed. That being said, we are trying to make World Chat a clean and friendly place. So you might get a warning, you might get a removal depending on the content and if you repeated it and how bad it was. And, maybe we've already warned you once. If you don't like someone in World Chat, either mute them or stick to your private chat groups. Do not engage them in World Chat. You can do almost whatever you want in your private chat groups, except threaten them in a real life confrontation. We don't allow that. We will remove chat privileges for that. If you don't like someone, or if someone is saying something that you say, hey, that's not cool in World Chat, screenshot and ticket. Do not call them a ding dong or insult them or whatever. That's going to get you removed as well. Susan says Mob Wars is better. I agree, Susan. Mob Wars LCN is better than a lot of games out there. Thank you. Mike says thank you for the lockbox answer. Mike, thank you for reaching out and participating. It's great. John asks, why doesn't Kano put inventory on Slurpee cups who can enter in game? Great advertising. It's a neat idea, John. I'm not sure. Marketing does a lot of cool things. We'll find out if that's possible. I'm not sure. Let's see. Terry is asking when the wedding is. Well, we were originally going to actually get married this weekend, but then of course the pandemic changed things. But thankfully, we've moved it ahead 1 year, so it'll be next summer, and by then, hopefully, this will all be behind us, and we can have lots of friends and family in there. Thank you for asking. Alicia says, "Finished Battle Pass already. Now what?" Alicia, you got to wait for one more week for the next Battle Pass. But I'm glad that you finished it. I know we do get some tickets saying, "Hey, I want more Battle Pass," and that's great. I know a lot of our team is watching this live stream and watching the comments. That's music to our ears. It's a problem, but it's a good problem to have. That maybe your players are completing it quickly and they want more and more and more. So maybe down the road we add more challenges or tiers. Who knows? Pavey says hide out of range Vikings option on mobile app. It works on browser but not on app. Darn, I'm sorry about that, Pavey. Please send in a ticket and let me know what you're seeing on the app. Sometimes the app and the desktop version, ooh, it can be tricky. Mobile is just a totally different beast. Sometimes we can add stuff in really easily. Sometimes it's harder. It's sometimes like a real estate issue. Sometimes it's not. We have a great developer team. We can't always release everything on both at the same time. So that may be coming, but send a screenshot and a ticket, and I'll see what I can find out for you. Susan says it would also be good if admins could talk to other admins, mobbed or not, instead of automated messages. Susan, I'm intrigued. Elaborate on that if you can. Oh, I'm sorry. My name is pronounced Kieran. It's all right. A lot of people butcher it. I'm so sorry, Kieran. Thank you for letting me know. I will try and get it right in the future. Thank you. Richard says, can we have battle drop feature that we enable or disable as they interfere popping up when one is, yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying. Okay. So everyone, Richard is saying on the location field, which is where a lot of the notifications happen, it gets real crowded, especially now with Battle Pass and the lockbox or the piggy bank or whatever. It's definitely getting crowded. I think it would be great if we could customize what players can and can't see in there. I think that's down the road. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, but I totally know what you mean. Same with Battle Pass. Some players will say, "Hey, I don't need Battle Pass notification to show up. I can look at it manually, and it's getting in the way of hunting." So great point, Richard. I will see what I can do. Fred says ding dong. Well, ding dong is it's kind of a term I use for a swear word that's not really a swear word, but basically don't insult anyone in World Chat. Terry asks, any chance of getting 3 blitz per day during Blitz Week again? Terry, maybe. We'll see. I know Mitch is watching. I know a couple other people are watching who are in charge of the blitzes. And we kind of decide that too. We will see. I know players love the blitzes. I can't say anything right yet, but a sly smile is the answer there. Susan says, please stop the awesome new Blacklist up to 3 to 5 players at a time. Think of all those FP spent. Good point, Susan. That is true. We want to make sure that players have a lot of targets to fight still. So we think that's a good compromise. We know some players like the Blacklist. We know some players don't like the Blacklist. So we do have to take everyone's feelings into consideration. But thank you for your feedback. Richard said, oh, I said I wouldn't sing anymore. Sorry. Richard says, better rewards for the free version of Battle Pass as they are lousy compared to the premium. Yes, I know it's to get to buy more, but some of us just can't afford it. Thank you, Richard. Free Battle Pass, I mean, you're basically going to get free stuff for playing as you would normally. We do really want to push players towards the premium version, but I do thank you for your feedback. I can't make any promises on that. I don't know if that will happen. I think it's probably more likely that we make premium better value. That's what we want. We want players to be able to, spend. That's how we survive. But we also survive on players that don't spend, and we're happy to have them as well. So it's a balance issue. We want to push them to the premium pass just because we think the rewards are great, but we want them to feel the value is there. That being said, better rewards for free version maybe down the road. I can't make any promises there. Alicia says mobile app can't click on Syndicate to ask to add. Boo, Alicia. I'm sorry about that. Send in a ticket. We'll have a look at that. Kieran says, whoop, sorry, so many comments. Can you bring back daily free lottery tickets? I haven't spent on FP since they were locked behind 2 FP paywalls and the $20 paywall. Okay, so Kieran, that's a really good point. The lottery is probably not going to change. When we had the free lottery system, it was a bit of a disaster. Players weren't engaging with it. FP prizes weren't as big. Since we've now started charging for lottery tickets, we see bigger payouts than ever and more player participation. And those are kind of the metrics we look at. That being said, we know players don't necessarily like that as well. It's one of those balance issues, right? We got to make sure it's really hard to make everyone happy. So we'll try and lean towards what makes it either more players happy or more participation and the feature better. That can be a hard choice. But I thank you for your comments there. I know it's free is better, but in the long run, we think the lottery is better in the current system. So I don't see us making any changes just yet. Namia says, as much as I love the game, crafting at this point almost seems worthless since you spend a lot for low-level items. Is any improvement planned for that? No, not right now. Crafting and the blacksmith is not available on the app. It's not on our roadmap for improvements anytime soon. Add that to things like Syndicate Wars and a couple of other features that need some love for it to be what we want it to be, but we are focused in another direction at the moment. That may change. We typically do plans quarter by quarter, and we do it based on a lot of factors: player participation, the number of players that are playing, sentiment and feedback on the MPS, live stream feedback, stats. We look at our player activity all the time. It can be really difficult. Our ultimate goal is to grow the game as much as possible, and especially in the last year and a half, I feel like we've just kind of been on a rocket trend in terms of positive player sentiment, engagement. We're hiring more people than ever at Kano, which is a good sign. It's really hard to point at and say, like, we think, blacksmithing, crafting, Syndicate Wars is the way to go. Or do we look at, well, raid games, Battle Pass, Battle Royale is the way to go? Or we think, like, well, we need to improve the fight list. We need to do so many things. And it's impossible to look into the crystal ball because ours is in the shop and say, hey, this is going to make the game better. That's why we haven't improved crafting at the moment. We just don't think it's going to have as much of an impact as some other things. That being said, it's a really good comment. I know players like crafting. Crafting is cool. Blacksmithing is cool. I get that. But yeah, not anytime soon. Sherry says 3 to 5 is not too many. Good to know. Thank you. Terry says, gotta love a sly smile. Yes, indeed. Okay, let's see if I got a lot of comments here. Tina says a few new responses in the non-mob messages would be nice. I totally agree, Tina. Thank you. I know a couple players in LCN Server 2 in particular have submitted some messages that they think would be great. I think we're due for some more messages. I get it. I'll see what I can do. Kieran says you do realize you would make more money by having Battle Pass cheaper as it allows more people to purchase it. Kieran, okay. This is a long-standing debate, especially on online game developers. Stats show that's not really the case. Generally, if people are going to spend, we find that the price point we're at right now is the strongest just because it's not necessarily about price, it's about value. We want players to feel that what they spend their money on, they get good value out of it. If we lower the cost, it's true, more people may buy it, but our data has indicated in the past that that's not the case. However, we always monitor our FP purchasing and costs like crazy, so that may be the case, but I can't definitively say if we lowered the price to X, the number of units we sold or battle passes sold, Y would increase. It's not that simple. We'll see, but I know what you're saying. I appreciate you letting me know. Michael says, I noticed that I can't do all my Syndicate admin tasks in the mobile app. Is this something you are looking to add in the future? Michael, yes, definitely. It's one of those things where the app doesn't have all the functionality that we want. That is down the road for sure. Moan is saying, so many great questions. Thank you all. Yes, thank you. I hope I'm answering them to the best of my ability and that you are satisfied with them. I can't answer absolutely everything just because, sometimes we don't want to reveal anything that we're working on just because we don't want rumors to start. We don't necessarily like announcing stuff until it is, out of the oven and ready to go. Things may change. We've worked on dozens of things that either it didn't, pass the sort of the sniff test. We didn't think it was good enough. We didn't think it would help the game. Sometimes we'll get players to beta test things, and the feedback is just that it's too confusing, didn't work. Then we go back to the drawing board. So that's why we only like to mention changes when they are happening. And I should let everyone know that my opinions are my own. I do represent Kano in this capacity, but one of the reasons why we have such a great team is discourse. And sometimes we will disagree with each other on what will and won't work. So I may say one thing and another player on the team might be like, actually, I've looked at data, or I think it might be the other way. And that's great. That's one of the reasons why our team works out so well. Just like players, they don't always agree on everything. So keep that in mind as well. My word is not necessarily, is not the word of Kano. It's what I am thinking is most likely going to happen based on my experiences as player success lead. So if I say something and something happens down the road that's completely wrong, I do apologize. I don't mean to mislead you. That's not the point of the live stream, but I just don't have all the answers all the time. So I thank you for your patience on that. Let's see what we got here. Sherry, well, if they kill your raid just to steal that superior or steal someone else's heal, they do need booted. That's a good point, Sherry. So raids generally, we don't like campers or anything like that. If you're worried about that, I would stick with your inviting people to your raid that you trust or syndicate members. If you're worried about that, don't release it to the public. Keep that in mind. That being said, if you're the owner of a raid, and you summon it for the first time and you kill it, you're going to get an automated superior of that first time. So you don't necessarily have to worry about that. There are ways to do that. There's max damage help you can do, things like that. I know there's a lot of unwritten rules and ethics about joining others' raid bosses and things like that. If you are worried about that, I would try and keep it to a closed group that kind of trust each other and work together and things like that. I can't punish players for playing the way the game allows them to. Like, as long as they obey the rules, I can't really do anything about that, right? So keep that in mind. If you think that there's some shenanigans going on or abnormal gameplay, please submit a ticket. We want to know that. Richard asks, great questions, by the way. Is it possible to have premium battle pass as certain achievements, as the rewards, for achievements are lame, like 10,000 bounty kills, kills two, for 2 FP? We'll have a look at that, Richard. Actually, thank you. Yeah, I haven't thought about that lately, but we will take a look. Tommy, yeah, exactly. They could set a max damage amount just like with normal bosses. That's kind of what I was getting to, but I tongue-tied myself. Thank you for thank you for putting that in. That's true too. Sherry says I'm in a raid group. It happens all the time. I'm sorry about that, Sherry. I can't. Again, I won't be able to sort of punish players for jumping in and doing a lot of damage on the raid. Keep in mind, it's total actions that we're looking for, not total damage, not heals. It's both that will get automated superior item, and you will get automatically entered for a superior item based on your actions as long as you do the minimum participation. So you might win one anyway. That being said, Susan says join a better raid group. It's, you know what? A lot of it is communication. Don't assume that other players, even your friends, know your thoughts. We get into that trouble sometime too, where I will assume players think one thing and it's completely the opposite. And the only way to get around that is to communicate. I recommend hopping on, like, if you have like a Slack or a Discord or a Facebook group, try and communicate with your friend. I mean, they want to be your friends, right? That's the whole point of our game: is socialize, meet new people, stay in touch with old friends, and work together. That's the core of our game. That without the social aspect, we would not have a game, and we want to make sure that social aspect is as fun and friendly as possible. And if you need help, let me know. I'll see what I can do. I'm not sure what I could do, but I will try my best. Jeff says, please make it so a player's bounty resets after 11 listings, after 1,000 listings. Jeff, that's a really good point. Again, that speaks to a need to improve the hit list and the bounty system as a whole. Players are very proud of the hard work they put in to keep their bounty high. They're like, look, I am always on. I get players to bounty and list me to keep my list high. I only want players, really strong players, to be able to list me. So I don't know if I can change that in the meantime. I think it speaks to a need of looking at the hit list feature as a whole. It's such a popular feature that I don't want to make any promises or changes. That's the kind of thing. It's kind of like a blacklist where that takes a long time to change, and we want to measure 14 times, cut once, because it's such a crucial feature to our game. So I can't make any promises there, but I do know what you mean. Maybe we have seasons with a hit list. Maybe we have week-long seasons where your list gets reset at the end of the week or the end of the month. Maybe something like that. I'm not sure. Again, this is not Kano saying that. This is me talking about that. So don't go and say, "Oh, Kano's going to make hit list weekly feature." Like, no, that's not true. What I'm saying is it's a possibility. We're getting more and more live viewers, by the way. This is fantastic. I think this is probably the most live viewers we've ever had. This is great. Thank you. Keep coming with the questions. Craven says, "Yeah, some new achievements would be cool." I love achievements, Craven. Thank you. I know what you mean. More are coming. Boop, 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 boop. Richard says, but for raid bosses, why not set a damage limit? There is over normal bosses. Then the last 24 hours, it opens up like normal bosses do. That may be, that's a good point, Richard. Thank you. I'll pass that along. Oops, I keep missing comments. I'm sorry about that. Michael says, I would love to be able to kick out campers or just people I don't like out of my raids. This comes up every time. Thank you, Michael. We're not going to be implementing an ability to kick campers anytime soon, if not ever. We don't want to punish players for playing a way the game allows them. I think that would give owners of the raids too much power. They may kick someone to increase their own odds for getting a superior. I know we would get a lot of tickets being like, I got bumped from a raid and I was going to get a superior item and I don't know why I got bumped or kicked. We want to incentivize players to do good behavior rather than necessarily punish them for undesirable behavior. I don't like campers either. I think that's not cool. But again, what we would prefer is players keep the raid invites to their own friends, so you reduce the likelihood of that happening. It is like, I get it. Like, if you have a raid and it didn't get killed because you've got a bunch of lollygaggers in there, like, I get that. That's lame. That sucks. I think the ability to boot campers would be worse. Like the solution would be worse than the problem. So keep that in mind. Try and keep it to your friends or your syndicate or guild or armada or faction, and we'll go from there. That being said, we look at raid, we look at raid stats all the time, and if we notice sort of a downward trend of kills, we may have to make a change. Maybe we increase the amount of minimum participation needed, but we will adjust it probably that way rather than allow booting of campers. Richard, but Henry said so. Oh no, I'm gonna get myself in trouble. Kieran asks, "How is Kano pronounced?" Kano. I always thought it was Kano. It's Kano, like the character in Mortal Kombat. No affiliation there. But yeah, it's Kano. It's funny. Once in a while, we'll get nominated for a local tech award. Viatech is the local sort of hub for technology companies in Victoria, and I think we're not new. We've been around for a long time, and we get a lot of people that still say Kano, and it's like it's Kano. It's Kano. But that's a good question. Thank you, Karen. Sean says, put a blacklist for those who camp on your raids then. I don't think a blacklist will impact raid activity. It'll just mean they can't attack you. But that's a good question, John. But yeah, I don't think that'll work. Jeff says, yeah, some here use alts to keep their bounty up, hence why. No, I get what you mean, Jeff. If you suspect an alternate account, please let us know. We freeze alt accounts all the time every week. We do require proof on our end. Players can verify their accounts, so it won't always happen, but we do freeze alternate accounts pretty often. That being said, it does speak to a need for us again to look at the hit list. We don't want players doing that, but that being said, we want players to be rewarded that play a lot and ensure they're on the bounty or the hit list all the time with a high cost. So balancing act there, but I think that's a really good point. Thank you. Richard, campers. Campers are players who join raids, just do the minimum, and then kind of go away. So their strategy is just to kind of to join as many raids as possible, not do a ton, and just kind of hope they get random superior items. Not great. We don't love that, but that's what we call them campers. They're not, or they might be happy campers. I'm not sure. I'm not much of a camper but myself, but my fiance is, and she's convinced me to go kayak camping, which I am kind of looking forward to. I am a little bit nervous, but it should be fun. You should make it so raids can't be posted in world chat. That might be a good compromise, Terry. Thank you. Yeah, they should be shared in the jobs channel. Maybe that's gonna be a tough one. Okay, we'll talk about that. Thank you, Terry. I see a lot of thumbs up there. Maybe players like that idea. We'll see what we can do. We're up to 80. We're more live viewers than ever. If you've got friends, bring them in. I want everyone in here. I want lots of questions. We're gonna keep going. I know I said 10 minutes, and that was like half an hour ago. So we're just going to keep going, unless I get a message on Slack being like, "Hey Henry, you're getting the old heave ho." I'm just gonna keep going. Chester is still hanging out in the cut. Chester, do you want to come out and say hi? Oh my God, we have a Chester sighting. Aha! Here we go. Ha ha ha! Yay! It's a kitty. There we go. Hi Chester, do you want to say hi? Hello, all the players out there. I can't believe it. He's finally showed up. As you can see, he's super interested. He really likes this. Okay, Chester. Okay. We finally had a Chester that all I had to do was wait like an hour. But he really doesn't seem that interested in being on camera. I think he's seen a bird outside. Did you see a bird, Chester? You gonna go protect me from the bird? Chester's an indoor cat, by the way. He won't ever get a bird. But he does seem very interested in something on the floor now. Okay, great. That's awesome. What a great way to and of course, look at the camera, please. Yeah, no kidding. And of course, that has kicked up all the comments that I missed. Thank you, Michael. That is really good feedback. Let me see here. I've missed. I'm sorry, everybody. If I didn't get your comment, it's because everyone got excited about Chester, and now he's hidden under the bed. So there it is, proof that I actually do have a cat. Okay, let me see here. Lucian asks, when will we have new characters? It's been a while, hey? That's a really good point. I don't know. We don't have any current plans, but I would love to get that in there. Susan says up the minimum damage to get a raid item. So that is more likely than booting campers or making any other big changes to raids. We may have to do that, Susan. Thank you. I think that's a really good comment. We'll see. All right. Jeff says we need a weapon based on chest. We'll call it the pounce attack or something like that. He is Terry. Yeah, he's a great cat. We've had him for 5 years now. We got him when he was a little kitty. He's a little bit sick, but yeah, he's done great. He's very friendly. Purrs a lot. Wakes us up too early to feed him. But yeah, that's great. I'm glad you guys are all big fans of Chester. We are too. Whew. All right. We still have a ton of people watching. Everyone, thank you. This has been such a great live stream. Every time I think that we're not going to maybe have a great live stream or we're not going to have as many people as I'd like, we end up having a ton of people and a ton of fun. So this is awesome. Thank you. Kieran asks, is there a plan to add in more than 2 properties per location? The PC property income is far behind VC's property income. That's a really good question, Kieran. So my thoughts on that are we don't have any plans to do that anytime soon. One of the troubles we're running into is that our games have been going on for so long that some players are now reaching max cash, which works out to 18,447 quadrillion approximately. That's basically the largest string our system will allow. And the original developers probably didn't anticipate the game lasting 12, 13 years, and we're going to keep going. So I think it would mean a fundamental change to properties, cache. I mean, cache touches a lot of our games, and any changes we make there will have to be really, really well thought out. So I don't think in Pyroclan we're really keen to kind of speed that process up. That being said, it's weird how some games do have little differences like that, right? You think Pyroclan and Viking Clan are very similar, but then there are some changes, right? Pyroclan has cage matches, Viking Clan doesn't. Viking Clan has more properties per location, Pyroclan doesn't. I will discuss that with the team. That's a really interesting one, but I can't say anything just like that. Okay, let me see here. I think we're running out of questions. That's awesome. Terry says, great. Jeff says for raids, wow, make it so the top 7 get a superior. Maybe, Jeff, we might add that in. Paul Moen says, I'm doing great. Thanks, Moen. You're doing great. John says, why does it take 4,000 days to upgrade? This is kind of how it is. You store numbers in strings. I will send you my resume. Hey, we've got, the Kano career page. We've got positions open. You never know. We might work together one day, Michael. Who knows? Why do you call it campers in raid when the game calls for 2,000 actions? Just wondering. Linda, yeah, maybe that's just kind of the terminology we use for players that kind of jump into raids, just do the bare minimum and then jump. That is allowed again. Like that's not like players aren't going to be punished for that. So I don't necessarily mean that as I shouldn't, maybe it's too much of a negative connotation. Some players may want to do that and they are totally allowed doing that. What we want is a lot of good raid activity, which means a lot of opens, a lot of kills, and a lot of happy players. And if we're seeing sort of a downward trend on any 3 of those factors, we may just have to make changes. So again, if you like doing a lot of raids and a little bit of actions, more power to you. That's totally allowed. But in terms of growth of the game and the raids, we may have to make a change on there. We have more live viewers than ever. This is great. Thank you all for sharing and stuff like that. Let me see here. Bottom feeders. No, Brenda, I won't call them bottom feeders, but thank you for mentioning that. Or you can upgrade to a 64-bit hex and the max cash will be capped at 1 centillion. Oh my God, Kieran. I can't even imagine. It's so much cash. It's crazy. They take a spot from the heavy hitters. Thank you, Jim. Everyone, I think that is going to be the end of it. I can't believe we still have tons of players. If you have a question or comment, shoot it in chat because we are basically done. We've been going for an hour now, if you can believe it. This has been so much fun. I'm finally glad Chester made an appearance and then disappeared quickly. But really, what I'm most happy about is all the great comments and questions we got in here. We had so many players from around the world. Our game wouldn't be anything without the support of without the support of you. I come in. It's my favorite job I've ever had. I mention this all the time. I'm a passionate gamer, and obviously all our players are too. We have some players that have played almost every day for a decade plus. Some players are brand new. A lot of players are just in the middle. And I want you to know that we value you all equally. Our game is nothing without you. So please continue to let us know. And Craven says, I do appreciate how you engage all of us in the live chat like this. Craven, thank you. This is my favorite part of the job. I think down the road, we'll probably make live streams more frequent. Maybe every week, maybe every other week, maybe every 3 weeks. We don't know. But as long as players are, Kieran says another hour. We'll keep going for a little bit longer. But as long as players are jumping in and chatting and happy to chat, then I'm happy to be here. Let me see here. It's upping the minimum contributions. Okay, I'm seeing some comments there. Thank you so much. Terry says thanks for listening and answering us. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Terry. Okay, I think we should probably end it there. I am running out of breath. It's been an hour. I think this is our longest live stream to date or close to. We've had great participation. So if you joined us, thank you. If you won trivia, please make sure to check your Facebook messages because we will be messaging you. If you don't hear from us for whatever reason, send in a ticket. Sometimes things get lost, but we want to make sure that we get you your FP prizes. And again, if you haven't already, please make sure to like, comment, and share for a chance to win 200 FP. We want to make sure that you're adequately compensated, and we want to bonus those for winning the trivia. Let's leave it there. I think we're going to end it. Thank you again. I cannot believe how great this live stream was. You're all wonderful. Again, if you have any questions, comments, feedback, concerns, you know where to find us. Submit a ticket, and myself, Ben, or Moen will be happy to answer. We try and answer all tickets as soon as possible. Depending on the volume, it might take a day or two to get back to you, but we will, as always, do our best. Big thanks to Moen and Alex for their work behind the scenes. Couldn't do the live stream without you. Extra big thanks also to Mitch for making sure that all the content I have is accurate and correct, and just for doing all the events. It's amazing. Mitch doesn't ask for a lot of credit, but he should get a lot of credit, as well as Brett. Brett's one of our developers. I want to give him a shout out for helping us put in the news feed today, and I think that's one of the reasons why we had such a successful live stream. Is we want as many eyes as possible. So I've run out of people to thank. I've run out of things to say. Thank you all, players. Have a great day. Stay safe out there. We're almost through this thing, the pandemic, not the live stream. We're definitely almost done the live stream. And have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.